Hey, good morning, guys. It's the 17th of March. I think it's Tuesday. We're better together. Grabbing a cup of coffee and a sunrise. You like my mug? It's from a very, very dear friend. Got it at Christmas. So we'll talk. We'll talk a little bit about last night, yesterday. It sucked. It was horrible. A lot of pain right here where they went in and did the, I always say this wrong, the laparoscopic. Yeah, I told somebody earlier today, I said, I think they went in there with a freaking crowbar, claw hammer to get the biopsy. And I think they must have shoved a piece of 3/4 EMT down my throat to put whatever they did there. But then somewhere, I'm not real sure, guys. I got a port somewhere, and I ain't been able to find it. So these darn people are good. But anyway, and then of course they're going to be set up for Thursday. Thursday, I think I'm going to have another meeting with my doctor, Dr. C. He's a pretty cool dude. So we're going to, kind of talk through what's happening from there. I'm still praying big time for a Hail Mary and a treatment plan and a beating it and remission and all them wonderful things. But I'm at peace with my maker too. So if like I said, when we started doing this videos, we started shooting these things, I said, we're going to see what God does through this, one way or the other. And I've already seen so many miracles and so many wonderful things have happened. Family's so tight, man. Yesterday, Austin left. He had to go back to work. And I told y'all he shared my peanut butter cookies. That's my boy. And then my daughter rolled in and got off of work and come running over here. She's here today with me. She's actually run up the road. She's getting her first vaccine dose. And then she last night, because I didn't eat much yesterday, and I told you guys that some of it come back up on me. Pretty much everything I did, all the progress I made yesterday come back up on me. But she made me some BNCC last night, which is a Hungarian dish, and I like it a lot. It's simple. It's bacon, noodles, cottage cheese, and my daughter, I think she puts a little bit of sour cream in it too. Some people do, some people don't. But anyway, that's a Hungarian thing. But anyway, so that's the praise. Praise. Leah went back to work today. She's still got to do her thing. Prayers for my pains to go away because I'm in a good bit of it today. I did have to break down last night and take a pain pill. And it might happen today too. And y'all know I don't like taking pain pills. I'm very anti-pain meds and whatnot. And man, it hurts. I had to belch or I had to cough. Oh my goodness. Today I just want to give a shout out to rocking a couple years ago. Me and my F3 boys pulled a fire truck for Jonathan Hodge. Warrior went on before me. He had, and I'll probably say this wrong, I think he had a couple of things, but anyway, I think lymphoma he had lymphoma, but then I think he caught some kind of real bad infection or something in his fight. But anyway, we pulled the fire truck for him, and that was a special day. But anyway, just thinking about him and his mother, Michelle. She's also in the middle of another fight. So be praying for them today. And as we kind of go through, so I had told you guys I had a thing that I wanted to talk about, but since I'm not, jamming on all cylinders, since I'm not running on all cylinders today, I'm still feeling a little down and out. We'll push that one off to tomorrow morning. I think Katie will be going back to work. Leah will be going back to work. So I'll kind of be here by myself, so I can, get a little deeper maybe, and we don't know. It might be it's a dud. Maybe it ain't deep at all. But yesterday I had a buddy reach out, and I mentioned to y'all, I think, in the video, and y'all have to forgive me, man, because I can't remember what I did on what day or what I talked about. I don't look back at these videos. I shoot them, I send them, and sometimes people hit me up and say, hey, you talked about such and such, and I'm like, did I though? Maybe I did. So anyway, yeah, I do remember yesterday, in the midst of it all, that I didn't have enough gas, and I said something about you guys maybe read. I hope y'all don't see that stuff. Anyway, I said y'all maybe read James 1. So good Lord willing, we're going to go to James 1, and I'm going to read through it with you. 1141. 1141. And, I talked to you yesterday. I said I'm a big Paul fan. And I am a big Paul fan. And where was that? Somebody just popped up with something. 1141. But I'm also, I got a big fan of a couple other guys. But James is one of them. James, Timothy, Paul. I love reading about anything written by them guys. And I like reading. Well, there's some of the Bible I don't like to read at all. I used to get in a little trouble with this with my pastor and stuff, but it's all very important. It's all you got to get through it all. And I did. I took it like a man. I went all the way through to begots. I went all the way through to, the stuff in the beginning and Numbers and the genealogical and all that. I went through it all. But I prefer to stay in the New Testament, and I do like some Old Testament stuff too. Man, you can read the stories of Saul and David and that kind of stuff, man, like the freaking one of the best written novels ever. Man, I remember reading when first time I read through, about Saul and all that kind of stuff. I couldn't put it down, man. It was amazing. But anyway, yesterday, buddy of mine, a lot of guys hitting me up in the mornings, because I'm kind of winging this thing, man. I'm not like doing a particular. Ooh, there you go. I feel it right there. What is that? Oh boy, look at that. Okay, there it is, people. That's the port. First time I've seen it. How about that? So anyway, excuse me. So today, this buddy of mine hit me up yesterday. I'm trying to get comfortable with my stomach, man. He hit me up and he said, hey, man, you've been on my heart. A lot of people have. A lot of people are being very compassionate. They're understanding. It's kind of easy to put yourself in somebody's shoes in this situation. Just roll into the hospital and boom. But anyway, so he hit me up and he goes, I read this James 1. I just thought about you and what you're dealing with. He said, man, I think you ought to check it out if you got time. So we're going to check it out together because we better together. All right. You have to excuse me. Let me take another sip off of one of my favorite mugs. This mug was given to me by my little Philly. My Philly girl. She knows who she is. So it's talking James 1. James, a slave of God and of the Lord Jesus Christ, to the 12 tribes in the dispersion, greetings. Consider it a great joy, my brothers, whenever you experience various trials, knowing that the testing of your faith produces endurance. Amen. So when you're out there in the middle of the suck, instead of complaining and belly aching it, find a joy in it. Consider it a great joy, my brothers, whenever you experience various trials, knowing that the testing of your faith produces endurance. But endurance must do its complete work, so that you may be mature and complete, lacking nothing. Now, if any of you lacks wisdom, he should ask God. So, to me, that's my go-to every time, all the time. Even before I sit down and read my Bible, I pray to God that he gives me the wisdom and the knowledge to understand what I'm about to read. Now, y'all didn't do that. Y'all didn't see me do that. I did that. I've read this thing a couple times this morning already, but that's where you get your clarity. That's where you get your understanding. So now, if any of you lacks wisdom, he should ask God, who gives to all generously and without criticizing, and it will be given to him. But let him ask in faith without doubting, for the doubter is like the surging sea, driven and tossed by the wind. All right, so see, you hit rewind back to when I told you that for 40 years, the first 40 years of my life, I was a atheist. I did not believe in a God. But then I would go to church with my wife, and that's what a lot of us guys do, man. I actually talked to a group, and I kind of went through all these statistics, and I can't remember now because it's been 4 or 5 years ago, but it would blow your mind how many men are sitting on church pews with their wives that don't believe nothing coming out of that pew. They're just there because she wants them to be there, or, you know, whatever it be. They, what do you call that? Networking or whatever it be. So anyway, but then even back then, you know, like I said, when I was praying, it was, hey, God, if you're real, do this. So now, if any of you lacks wisdom, he should ask God, who gives to all generously without ceasing, without criticizing, and it will be given to him. But let him ask in faith without doubting. For the doubter is like the surging sea, driven and tossed by the wind. That person should not expect to receive anything from the Lord. And this is James 1:8. An indecisive man is unstable in all his ways. And one of my favorite quotes is Andrew Jackson. And it says, basically, I'm going to look at it because I don't like to get anything wrong. But Andrew Jackson says that we should all take the time to deliberate. But when the time comes for action, act swiftly. So that plays right along to the indecisive man is unstable in all his ways. For me, I got a tough decision. I'm taking it to God. I'm going to pray about it. I'm going to pray about it hard. And then I'm going to do something. You just can't table something. You know what I mean? You got to, when he says take the time to deliberate, to me that means take the time to pray. Deliberation for me is prayer. So anyway, an indecisive man is unstable in all his ways. The brother of humble circumstances should boast in his exaltation, but the one who is rich should boast in his humiliation, because he will pass away like a flower in the field. For the sun rises with its scorching heat and dries up the grass. Its flowers fall off, and its beautiful appearance is destroyed. In the same way, the rich man will wither away while pursuing his activities. And this right here, for me, today, this is what we're going to stop it with today. But this is the money verse. Blessed is a man who endures trials. I'm not just talking about me. I'm talking about everybody all day. We all, Pastor Tim once said to us, and I actually challenged him on this, and I regretted it big time. He said, you are either in the midst of a storm, you're coming out of a storm, or you're headed for a storm. And I was like, Pastor Tim, man, I hate to tell you this, but brother, right now, life is good for me. I'm in none of those places. Well, I didn't know it, but I was headed for one. It rocked my world. I'll never forget that. Yeah, I didn't. Anyway, I probably should have never said that to him. But blessed is the man who endures trials, because when he passes the test, he will receive the crown of life that he has promised to those who love him. So, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. 1 James. You heard it right here. Blessed is the man who endures trials, because when he passes the test, he will receive the crown of life. And I mean, at the end of the day, that's what it's all about right there. So I hope you guys enjoyed a little bit of that, and y'all please go on to continue, reading that. But in my opinion, basically, James is just basically telling us, that we're going to be tested. It is what it is. They're coming. Mine's well, I mean, today mine's not even cancer. Today mine's the effects from a surgery I had yesterday. My wife's is the fact that she ain't slept in I don't know how long, and all day yesterday she was caring for me and carting me all over the place. Today she's getting up first thing going to work. I mean, we all got them. So just find the joy in them and know they're coming, but find the joy in them, and just try to be an example. And know that when you get these trials, and like I said, they're coming and you're tested, that the pain and the suffering and all that's not from God. God is in the healing in those things. You gotta rest sure in that. Oh man, I had told you guys, and I just kind of remember this. Where did my pen go, man? Tell me I didn't lose my pen. There we go. So I had basically told you guys that talk a lot about Jimmy, and I said I would get you guys a photo, and so y'all could see, because some people I work with and a lot of other people never really seen Jimmy, and I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't even look for a photo, but I figured this would probably work just as good. This is a artist rendition. Yeah, that's Jimmy. If y'all see him on the street, that's him right there. Oh wait a minute, no, I forgot one thing. I was young. One of my favorite toys. You guys remember Weeble Wobbles? They wobble, but they don't fall down. They had this hair dude, right? It was painted on, looked kind of funky. I can't forget Jimmy's dude, man. But anyway, that's Jimmy. So when y'all see him, say, "What's up, Brother Si?" And now I have produced the photo, like I said I would. But I think that's probably going to be about it today, guys. We'll get back at it tomorrow. Like I said, I'm feeling a little down in the dumps. I'm going to go back to my, real quick, share with you guys my Better Together Luke Combs song the other day. My daughter was here, and any of you have ever spent any time with me and Leah at all, well, probably it has come across your mind at some point or another that you're like, and this is the verse right here. Sometimes we're oil and water, but I wouldn't have it any other way. And if I'm being honest, your first and my last name would just sound better together. But, kind of in marriage, we've been together for over 30 years. We've been married for 30 years. And we have been through it, buddy. Up, down. We have seen and done so much together. But she's my rock. She really is, man. She's got my back like nobody ever has. And I was thinking about this the other day because the next verse kind of goes down a little bit later on in the song, and then it says, "It's a match made up in heaven, like good old boys and beer, and me, as long as you're right here." And I think about that, and I think about Leah. And the reason I'm saying this because the other day my daughter was here, and she goes, "Y'all are going to be the death of me." And me and we ain't even arguing or nothing. It's just what we do. Sometimes we don't necessarily agree all the time, but in 30 years we've learned. We have learned. I guess is the right word. I don't know which one's right. I don't know. But anyway, we know each other, and we know it's more of a picking and fun kind of thing. It doesn't come across like that, but she'd do anything for me, and I'd do anything for her. But anyway, I just wanted to share that line, from the song. Sometimes we're oil and water, but I wouldn't have it any other way. Maybe one day my daughter will see this video. and she'll be like, "Oh, okay, now I get it," because she's like, "Man, y'all about to stress me out with this. Can we stop?" Um, but anyway, the praises, and I think I touched on them, didn't I? Yeah, Katie in the BNCC, and end of the day, all this pain I'm in, no pain, no gain. So basically, hopefully we're getting closer to getting some answers. Like I said, I'm still praying. Last time I officially was in Dr. C's office, wait a minute, today must be Wednesday. Yeah, today's Wednesday because Monday I was in Dr. C's office. So Monday, and then yesterday I had the surgery. So Monday, Dr. C kind of threw out some Hail Marys. Um, because I keep kind of pushing on the fact that, yeah, we know I've got all kind of cancer in my abdomen, but if we don't have an origin, maybe there's a way to treat it, right? I mean, if my pancreas was eat up with it, then, well, yeah, I'd be done, or something else. And he did mention the gallbladder, and then, like I said, he mentioned a couple other very rare things. But I was talking to Austin yesterday, and I said, "Well, rare is that's House Bogdanny, dude." My wife was diagnosed with this thing years and years and years ago called malignant hypothermia, and I think her and about 5 other people in the world got it. But anyway, matter of fact, the anesthesiologist yesterday found out about my wife having MH, and she went into stealth mode and was like, "Ooh, tell me about this, tell me about that." And she said my wife told her about some things, and she's got some things she needs to follow up on. My son Austin, had some issues with seizures a while back. So anyway, I'll take it. That's how we roll. We got rare things going on with us. But I'd be down for a fight against something rare if it gives me some time, man. But anyway, guys, love on them ladies, man. We couldn't do it without them. They're so amazing. They are so good at everything we are not, and then they are typically better at the things we are good at too. And I know mine just is amazing how she just keeps getting up and doing what she does all day, every day. I really appreciate you guys loving on her, reaching out to her. And guys, tomorrow morning, we're going to get back after this thing first thing in the morning. I got I'm going to try to go log in and actually do some, it's been hit or miss with my work. It's been really cool about working with me. I'm working remote from home, but I haven't been able to get to a structured time. Like I can't do it at this time or whatever, but today I am. I'm gonna go try and log in and do some things and see what's going on and try to not send emails at 3 o'clock in the morning and not check this at 11 o'clock at night on a Sunday or whatever. But I'm gonna try to. I'm hoping that maybe some of these, but I don't know though. After these tests and all, either I don't know how that looks. I mean, best case scenario, I'll be doing a chemo treatment. I don't know how that looks either. But I don't know why I couldn't. When I went with my mom used to go up there, and she'd just kind of sit in this chair, and they did this thing, and I just kind of sat there with her. But I probably could log in, and do some work there. I also want to give, and I don't know, maybe I'll think about it. But anyway, I got a buddy of mine reached out to me, and man, I felt so bad because here I am kind of consumed in my world, my sky falling, and found out that he's just been through the ringer, man. Buddy of mine, Mitch Kelly, no show. I shouldn't have said his name probably, but anyway, yeah, he's doing chemo and all that. He's kind of, going before me. And he and I have kind of both been busy doing. So anyway, long story short, we're going to try to reach out. I think he'd be a good guy for me to talk to, man. But I'm praying for that guy. He's as good as they come. He's younger than I am. And I'm not going to say one's in any better position than the other. I mean, I think we both in a bad place, in a bad way. But I'm praying for that same miracle for him and his family, man, because he's a good guy, and I don't think his work here is done. But anyway, so he's going to be in my prayers and stuff. But, you know, I tell you guys every day, man, here's the thing. I'm in a lot of pain today, but we woke up above ground. We got breath in our lungs. And, you know, I was talking about some missions and stuff like that. And I said something about maybe Jimmy, you know, putting up a thing to where maybe people could give to missions or something like that to kind of help. Because, you know, you kind of follow where your passion is. And there's people doing, you know, I used to think about it, and I was like, man, because, I mean, me and Leah were real close. We was going to, like, quit jobs and go. We just felt like we were getting called. But, you know, everybody's called. I mean, you don't have to. One of the things about missions when we were doing, kind of doing those classes and stuff, the key is your mission field is wherever your feet are planted. I used to get on these highs and lows. And Pastor Tim kind of talked to me about that one time because I'd be like all fired up for this next thing we was going to do. And he's like, you know, I see you getting real fired up, you know, about this thing in March and this thing in September. He said, but you ever think that the mission field is all that in between? Missions is wherever your feet's planted at the time. So like for me today, since I can't do nothing, and I ain't tell y'all this part yet, but I found out that I can't even lift a freaking jug of milk right now for 2 weeks. I can't lift nothing. I was probably maxed out taking that coffee sip. I told Lee, I was like, dude, really? How's the milk gonna get in my glass, bro? You tell me. That thing's a little ridiculous. But anyway, and I got a herd of guys coming up here to try to do stuff. So I don't know. We might see how that works. I might just give them a couple days and we get back to doing some stuff. But then again, I don't know. Maybe I rip my guts out or something too. I probably need to be careful with it. But anyway, so yeah, your mission field is wherever your feet are planted. I forgot to drop a pen. I almost lost that. And that's going to happen from time to time. I'm going to forget stuff and just be out there. But yeah, your missions field is where your feet are planted. So you guys, today, my opportunity is going to be right here with my daughter in this house. And maybe hopefully this video. But what's yours look like? God gives us opportunities all day, every day, people. Are you going to choose them for His glory and you're going to choose selfless? Or are you going to choose selfish? But yeah, wherever you're at, that's your mission field. So make the most of that opportunity. Help people, love people, and do what you can to support them. And, you know, I hope that I can see you guys in the morning. Yeah, I think we'll be on for tomorrow. I don't have no wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning and head to Mars or whatever I got to do. And I think I got a couple buddies coming up tomorrow to check on me if tomorrow's Thursday. And then I've got that afternoon doctor's appointment. And then I got a lot of awesome people rolling through the weekend, man. I'm excited about that. Because like I told you guys, this is a big empty house when it's just me and Leah. Now, don't get me wrong, I love my wife to death, but it all kind of sinks in when there's not a lot of chatter. I love to chatter, man. I grew up an only child. I had chatter all my life growing up. I don't like silence at all. But anyway, you guys get out there. You do what the good Lord's putting on your heart. Make a difference in somebody's life today, man. We're better together. Remember that. And I thank you guys. And I pray God's blessings for each and every one of you. 29 minutes and 52 seconds. Y'all have a blessed day.